In the lead up to the THA elections on Monday, we have been chatting with various candidates for the various electoral districts. Joining me now, it's a PDP candidate for the Scarborough-Calder Hall district, and with me this morning, it's Trevor W. James. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Kerry. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Thanks for having me on.
And thank you for being with us this morning. Now, one of the common threads amongst many of the electoral districts, the issues of the people, is that a lot of people have said that there's a lot of youth under and unemployment, and there's a lot of need for economic stimulation in the electoral districts. Would you say it's the same for yours?
Yes, in my district, from the data that we have, unemployment among male youths below 35 is about 50%. I think that spreads mostly throughout Tobago. So it's no different in Scarborough-Calder Hall. And therefore, the PDP has come up with a range of projects and solutions to treat with that.
Let's speak about some of those projects and solutions now then.
All right, so we have been trying to in our consultations and walkabouts to come up with one big project that would act as the initial stimulus to the Tobago economy. And I am fortunate to be the candidate for Scarborough-Calder Hall and had the task of coming up with that project. And that project is the extension of the port in Scarborough. We have a plan to develop the port to allow for international container arrivals, to allow for multiple docking, simultaneous docking of large cruise ships, and to improve the whole aesthetic as it relates to Scarborough. We have a new road infrastructure. We have features to prevent flooding in Scarborough. We have connectivity to a proposed new development, pedestrian-friendly streets. We plan to place all utility lines underground. So the plan is intended to one, define Scarborough, to increase the boundaries of what the city is. We will designate Scarborough into our city, and we will hope to have manufacturing and all the downstream services from agriculture in this city to provide employment to the villages around that traditionally have high unemployment rates among youths.
No,
that, in a nutshell, is a stimulus project that we will embark on in Tobago.
And that's a huge project. And another common thread I've heard from a number of the electoral districts is that funding is a common issue across the board. Now, those projects that you have spoken about, large projects, they will cost a lot of money. Where do you think that money would come from?
Well, Kerry, if you've been following the elections, you know that we have highlighted the fact that the current executive has mismanaged, misspent, misappropriated large sums of money. I mean, part of the Auditor General report speaks to the transfer of unspent balances to contingency accounts in the value of $1.6 billion. There alone is our project. So we have no doubt that there is money within the budget over a period of time to build the project. We also feel that the Parliament has treated us badly and treated us poorly. How could a Parliament decide that one part of the country should not be exposed to direct foreign investment? That we think has to change, and we'll be pushing for that. I mean, Trinidad, all the islands in the region have been built on direct foreign investment. Tobago is the only island that has a law that prevents it from accessing direct foreign investment. So we believe with direct foreign investment, with our ability to borrow locally, with the funds available in the budget, if managed properly, that the projects we have identified could be built. No question about it.
Now, that speaks to change in policy, and it seems that policy has been in place for quite some time. And do you believe that you have the ability, or at least to start the process of getting that policy changed to the favor of Tobago?
Well, Tobagonians know that the majority of assets that has been built in Tobago, the push for autonomy in Tobago has only been advanced when there is a non-P&M THA. That's a fact. Tobagoans are aware of that. And we are reminded that in 1977 to 1980, we had 2 Tobagonians in the parliament who was able to achieve the THA Act. So we don't see any challenge where that is concerned. We need 2 Tobago-centric voices in the parliament. The parliament, of course. And
I think we have lost your sound there, Trevor. Trevor, can you hear me?
I'm here now. Just
Okay,
excuse me for that.
Okay, yeah, we lost the sound there briefly.
Although we know that the parliament is skewed against us at 39-2, we believe that we have the fortitude to fight for that.
All right, and well, you know, it's a tall order you have, you know, coming up very soon, and should you get the seat, do you believe, what do you think would be the first thing that you would do?
Well, like all good managers, the first thing a decent manager should do is to consult with the people to get a clear idea and a clearer mandate as to how we move forward. But we have already identified several projects within the district which we may spread throughout all of Tobago. One of the major projects that is based on the fact that our topo is undulating, and we have, you know, essentially low income rates in Tobago, where we have a lot of persons who can't control water on the property, who don't have access to their properties on these slopes that we have in Cradley and Mason Hall and so on. That we plan to embark on a program where we help the villagers to form themselves into cooperatives, and in conjunction with the Division of Works, providing the expertise and equipment and so on, we hope to create a whole new rebirth in villages where the villagers themselves work to help provide proper access to all homes, all the minor roads we hope to fix, because in times of emergency and ambulances can't get to them and people die, that's not something we want. And we believe that given that the THA has employed 60, 70, 80% of the Tobagonians at low salaries, the onus is on the state to do that.
And well, so, you know, that and many other issues, I guess, need to be tackled when the time comes. And well, Monday will be a big day, you know, as it comes to seeing who would be the ones holding the seats for the electoral district. I want to thank you so much for your time this morning, Trevor James, PDP candidate for the Scarborough-Calder Hall electoral district. Have a great morning.
Pleasure to be here, Gary.
All right, thank you so much.